Welcome again to today's class. This day I want to discuss motion. Remember, motion is one of the major topics in physics. This video will be in many parts, but I want to start with the first part of it. What does motion mean? Motion simply means movement. Change your position with time. That's just movement. Now, motion have many types such as random motion, circular or oscillatory motion, linear motion or translatory motion, vibratory motion, and so on. Random motion simply means motion of disorderly motion of a body. Circular motion means motion of a body around a circular path. Linear motion, motion of a body on a straight path, and so on. But I want to concentrate on simple harmonic motion. This video will talk about simple harmonic motion. What does simple harmonic motion mean? This is simply to and fro motion of a body whose acceleration is directed toward the center of its position and is directly proportional to displacement. I repeat, this is the to and fro motion of a body whose acceleration is directed toward the center of its position and is directly proportional to displacement. That means when they ask you why does acceleration of a simple harmonic motion, why does it have negative sign? You tell the person that it is because the acceleration is directed towards the center of that motion. Okay? Now, this is the illustration of what simple harmonic motion is all about. To and fro motion, like swinging pendulum, like a spring moving up and down. So this is to and fro motion. This is how to represent it grammatically. Now, this will be theta, theta. This is the point of attachment. These are the two extreme points. This is the center. Now, it is noted at the two extreme points that Ke is equal to 0, while Pe is maximum at the two extreme points. Whereas at the center, Ke equal to maximum, Pe equal to 0. Then Ke equal to 0, Pe equal to maximum. So at the two extreme points, Pe, potential energy, that is energy at rest, will be maximum, while Ke will be 0. Whereas at the middle, the Ke will be maximum and Pe will be 0. Now, in body, whenever a body is undergoing simple harmonic motion, its acceleration will be equal to minus w square x, where this minus is telling you that it is directed towards the center. So after doing calculation on acceleration, remove the minus, because minus is telling us something, that the acceleration is directed towards the center. So there's no need of putting the minus after solving question. Now the implication is that at the center of the motion, x will be 0. So it implies that acceleration will be 0. At extreme points, here is amplitude, here is amplitude. So at extreme point, this x has moved to the amplitude. It implies that x is equal to a. Amplitude simply means the maximum displacement of a body undergoing simple harmonic motion. So here we have that a will be equal to w square a. That is why we say at extreme points it will have maximum acceleration. It will have maximum acceleration at extreme points. Also, a body undergoing simple harmonic motion has a velocity. The velocity is given by w square v square w square root of a square minus x square. That is the formula for velocity of a body undergoing simple harmonic motion. Now, what does it mean? At the center, the x will be 0. V at center. Velocity at center or middle, here x will be equal to 0. Put x equal to 0 here, you have v equal to w, s0, 0 square, 0, a square minus 0, a square, square to a square. So as center, velocity will be maximum. As center velocity is maximum. Then velocity at extreme points. At extreme points. It means at extreme points, the x is equal to a. Here, x will be equal to a because this ball are moved from this middle to the maximum amplitude. So x will be equal to a at extreme point. Therefore, velocity will be equal to 0 at extreme points. Extreme points. Okay. Note also that potential energy of a body undergoing simple harmonic motion at potential energy at extreme points. Remember, we say at extreme point is maximum. At extreme point, potential energy PE equal to half mw square x square. So this is the formula of PE at extreme point. This is the formula of PE. Then at extreme point, x will be equal to a. So note, formula for PE naturally is half mw square x square. Now, PE, potential energy at extreme points, at extreme points, that is A and B. This S is equal to A. That will be half mw square a square. That is maximum potential energy. That is, this is the formula for finding maximum potential energy. Then PE at center. PE at center equal to, at center S is 0. PE equal to 0. Also, kinetic energy is noted to be half mv square. That is half mw square bracket a square minus x square. Because we noted our velocity to be this. This formula is certain as w square. This is certain as saying v square equal to w square a square x square. So once you make v subject of formula, we now have this. So this is the formula for this. Then Ke at center or middle. At center, Ke will be maximum because S will be 0. At center, S will be 0. That is the starting point. We will be having half mw square a square. That is Ke maximum. Okay? Then Ke at extreme points. At extreme points, we have that S will be equal to A. That will be x equal to A. That is, here will be A square. A square minus A square 0. 0 times it. Ke will be equal to 0 at extreme point. Okay? Now, what of total energy? Total energy is equal to PE plus Ke. What is our PE? Half mw square x square. What is our Ke? Half mw square a square minus x square. Now when you expand this, you will be having half mw square a square minus half minus half mw square x square, then plus half mw square x square. So this will cancel this. Therefore, total Ke, total energy, has this formula to be half mw square a square. So we can say from this that total energy is equal to maximum Ke equal to maximum Pe. Maximum Ke equal to maximum P equal to half mw square a square. So these are the important formula we need to know for solving this. Remember that period equal to 1 over f, frequency, and frequency is equal to 1 over period, vice versa. Now let's solve the question we have on the board. To solve the question we have on the board, they say an object 10 kg moving with simple harmonic motion. An object 10 kg moving has amplitude of this. You say mass equal to 10, amplitude equal to 2 centimeter. That is 2 over 100 will be giving us 0.02. So amplitude will be 0.8 equal to 0.02 meters. They said, and frequency of 20 Hz, frequency equal to 20 Hz. Calculate the period 1. You say period T equal to 1 over F. 1 over period is 20 equal to, when you get 1 over F, it will be giving you 0.05 per second. Okay? Get the acceleration at the middle and at the end. Acceleration at middle. At middle, we say S is 0. Remember the formula of acceleration A equal to W square X. So, at the middle, acceleration, since at the middle S is 0 from our diagram. This is X, this is 0, starting point. The S is 0 at the middle. So acceleration will be 0 at the middle. The acceleration at the end. Acceleration at the end will be equal to acceleration at the end, that is the extreme points, equal to A equal to W square A. That will be giving you the maximum acceleration. And that will be W square is 2 pi F square times A. What is 2 times pi times frequency is 20 all squared times your A is 0.02. So once you press this your calculator, 400 times 2, 800. 800 pi squared times 0.02. That will be 800 pi times 0.02. That will be giving us equal to 316.08 meter per second squared. Why do we say so? This is 20 square 400 times this 800. 800 times this 1 2 1 2 8 times 6 3.192 3.142. So 8 times 3.142 squared times 2. That is once you get this is 2 pi F, that is your W, you square it times A, you now have 2 times pi times 20, that is your F squared, That will be giving you 20 squared 400 times 4. 400 times 4, 1,600. So 1,600. So we'll be having 16 times this times this. 16 times 2, 32. So that will be giving us 316.08 meter per second square. So this is 0 meter per second square. Then velocities at the middle and at the end. Velocities at the middle and at the end. Remember that velocity equal to W root A square minus X square. So velocity at the middle, so equal to 2 pi F A square minus X square. At the middle, we have that X is equal to 0. Therefore, at the middle, S is 0. If we put it here, we have velocity to be 2 times pi times 20 root 0 square 0 root A. And what is our A? Square root of, because A square minus 0 is A square. Square root of A is A. What is our A? Our A, maximum amplitude, is 0.02 meters. Okay? Remember, we convert centimeter to meter. That is how we got this. So that will be giving you 2 times 20, 40. 2 times 20, 40. 40 times 0.02. 40 times 0.8 times pi. That will be 2.5 meter per second. So once you compute it, you get it. Then velocity at end. At end, we have that S equal to A. At the end, S will be equal to, S will go up to A. So we have A square minus A square 0. Velocity, therefore, A square minus A square 0. 0 times everything. Velocity at end equal to 0. Then potential energy, PE is equal to half mw square x square. Therefore, as S is 0, PE at middle, S will be 0. 0 times everything, that will be 0 joules. 0 joules. Then PE at end will be equal to, S will be equal to A half mw square A squared. That will be giving us, P equal to A, that will be giving us half, what is our mass? Times 10 times 2 pi F squared times 0.02 meters. So that will be giving you 5. So that will be giving us 5 times 4 pi square times frequency 20 squared. 20 squared will be 400 times 0.02. So once we multiply 5 times 4 pi square times 400, that is 20 square times 0.02. Once we multiply it all, we will be having 40, 2 times 2, 8, 40, we have 160 pi square joules. So we say half mw squared a squared. So once you compute this with your calculator, that will give you your answer. You say 5 times 4 pi squared times 400. 5 times 4 pi squared times 400 times 0.02 joules. That is the potential energy at the end. Then for kinetic energy at the KE equal to half mw squared a squared minus x squared. When S is 0, at the middle, KE at middle equals to S will be equal to 0. Therefore, we'll be having it to be half times 10 times 2 pi times 20 squared times 0.02 all squared. So once we are able to compute this will cancel this 5. 5 times 4 pi squared times 400 times 0.02 all squared. That will be in joules. Once you press it in calculator, that will give you the answer in joules. Okay? So it means that KE at middle is equal to PE at end. Okay? Then KE at end will be equal to, at end, that is S3 point, S will be equal to A. You say KE at end equal to 0 joules. 0 joule. So that is how to solve question on simple harmonic motion. Please don't forget to click like button and subscribe as you watch this. See you next time.